Today's in cryptocurrencies can be characterized by just the one phrase: everyone is losing their fucking marbles. Bloomberg analysis predicts Bitcoin drop to $10,000. US President Trump promises Iran hell on social media and threatens to bomb power plants and bridges. North Korean hackers spent 6 months irradiating themselves with the developers and hacked the DeFi protocol Drift, stealing $280 million. Against this background, Solana is just quietly releasing tools for AI agents amid the $5 trillion market. Now we have a lot to discuss. Please like and subscribe, and let's figure it out in order. And let's start with the main scary headline. Mike McGlone, senior commodity strategist of Bloomberg Intelligence, made a statement that made many traders just clutch their hearts. He predicts Bitcoin's collapse to $10,000, and not in some distant future, but actually as early as 2026. And the condition is simple: if buyers fail to overcome and maintain the level of $75,000. McGlone even posted on social media, "Prove me wrong and stay above 75,000. According to the analyst, $75,000 mark has repeatedly determined the change in the market trends over the past 12 months. The decline in March-April 2025 starts just around 75,000, and the early 2024 rally also started from there. In addition, this mark coincides with important Fibonacci retracement level. A steady movement above $75,000 will signal a recovery in structural demand for Bitcoin and the end of the downward trend that began with the October peak at 126,000. If Bitcoin fails to gain the foothold higher or turns down again, it will remain in the long-term decline zone with a goal, and listen to this, $10,000. And at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading at around $70,000. And this is not the first time McGlone predicts collapse to 10,000. He reasons his position on the historical structure of the market. Before the pandemic, Bitcoin had been consolidating at the level of $10,000 for a really long time. Then there was a record influx of liquidity which accelerated the price. And now, according to McGlone, there may be a return to the same level. He also points out that since 2017, when Bitcoin futures were launched, 10,000 is the most traded price for the first cryptocurrency. However, McGlone's colleagues met this forecast with hostility. Matty Greenspan, founder of quantum economics, called such conclusions stupid. According to him, for Bitcoin to fall to $10,000, a global liquid catastrophe is needed, also a nuclear war, and the internet just needs to stop working. Adequate analysis today name more realistic goals, in the region of $40,000 to $50,000 in case of a serious financial stress. And I fully believe this, 10,000 is just something from realm of an apocalypse or something like that. Despite the gloomy forecasts, Bitcoin has grown by more than 4% this weekend and is currently trading at $69,586. Ethereum gained 4.5% and is now trading at $2,151. XRP 3%, and the current price is $1.35, and the total capitalization of the crypto market has increased to $2.36 trillion. Goodness. The volume of liquidation exceeded $241 million in just 24 hours. And tellingly, most of them, in short positions, $195 million. The sector has shown a resilience amid Trump's contradictory statements, but more on that later. At the same time, futures on American stock indexes went into negative territory, and oil rose above $115 per barrel. If current levels persist for about 7 more weeks, US inflation will jump to 3.7%, and it's going to be the highest since September of 2023. And here we come to the very statement by Trump, which many have already called inadequate. This night, the US president posted the following on his Truth social network, and I quote, "Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you will be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump." It is noteworthy that last week Trump said that he and the United States as a whole did not care about the Strait of Hormuz, and today he is so emotionally demanding to open it. He also added that he will be able to conclude a deal by tomorrow, but if this is not the case, he will consider it the option of blowing up everything and seizing the oil. Initially, Trump gave Iran 10 days to resume shipping, but his latest post suggests that the country only has until April 7th, and that is until tomorrow. At the same time, in an interview with Fox News, Trump noted that the parties are negotiating and called the chances of a deal within 24 hours good. A complete template break and the reaction of the markets, predictable futures for S&P 500 fell by 0.7%, Nasdaq by 0.8%, and oil rose by 3%. Anywho, moving on to something not as devastating and terrifying. On April 1st, the DeFi protocol Drift was hacked. The damage amounted to about $280 million, and now, a few days later, the project team has revealed the details. It wasn't just a hacker attack, it was a structured infiltration operation that required organizational support, significant resources, and several months of careful preparation. A group from North Korea is behind the attack. Experts at Bloomberg, Ethereum Labs, and Elliptic link the hack to the Lazarus group, the same team that previously attacked Bybit for $1.5 billion and Ronin for $625 million. And this story, let me tell you, it's worthy of Hollywood thriller. In the fall of 2025, at one of the subject conferences, representatives of Drift were approached by people on behalf of an unnamed trading company, and they expressed the desire to integrate into the protocol, and they had technical skills, like they proved professional experience and they were familiar with the principles of Drift. And after the first meeting, they created a Telegram group, and this was followed by months of meaningful discussions about trading strategies. The shell company even invested over $1 million of its own funds into the ecosystem to gain trust. And the close communication between the developers and the attackers continued until about the end of March. And after the attack, all shared chats and contacts were deleted. Important caveat here, the people who met with Drift representatives were not North Korean citizens because, North Korean hackers are known to use intermediators to establish personal contact. And for the technical side, hackers gained access to depository vaults through the creation of fake deferred signatures. Experts have identified 3 possible attack vectors. It's either one of the employees became a victim of hacking after cloning the code repository, or someone else was persuaded to download the malicious TestFly app, or there was vulnerability in the repositories that allowed any code to be reproduced unnoticed. All confirmed hacker actions are linked to Pyongyang's business hours, and they were carried out only on weekdays. And this is one of the key behavioral markers of Lazarus. And by the way, according to Elliptic, the Drift hack has already become the 18th Lazarus attack since the beginning of this 2026 year. And that is North Korean hackers attack crypto projects on average every 5 to 6 days. And for dessert, technological news that has absolutely nothing to do with geopolitics or hackers. Solana Foundation has announced the Solana Agent Skill Solution, a set of skills that can be integrated into AI agents to interact with the blockchain. And what does it mean in simple terms? Developers can add ready-made modules to their digital assistant that will allow AI tool independently perform on-chain transactions, process payments, and trade assets on the Solana network. The set is divided into 2 categories. The official skills from Solana Foundation include functions for correcting common errors, verifying security, and confidential data transfer. The second category is community-generated skills. There are already more than 60 of them, and they help you interact with DeFi, manage your portfolio, set up sales teams, and test applications. All skills are hosted in open repositories on GitHub, and anyone can just add them to their AI agent with a simple line of code. The market potential is huge here, and McKinsey predicted that agent-based payments market will reach $5 trillion by 2023. However, there's also a fly in the ointment. The current demand for such solutions is still low, and the gap between technological capabilities and actual implementation remains significant. Plus, the foundation warns about security risks when integrating AI agents with untested DeFi protocols. Well, that's going to be all the news for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.